What's happening, everybody? It's Monday night, and there's some paintball stuff, finally, we get to talk about. We're going to talk about NXL Europe that took place over in Portugal. I'm going to make sure that my microphone's on. My microphone's on. What else we can talk about? We're going to talk about All That Matters. I actually got to watch, finally, the new Hormesis Productions All That Matters movie documentary. We'll talk about that. There's something new coming from Committed Paintball, the Twister Vortex, possibly some like spy shots of a CS3 Pro, or possibly something else from Planet Eclipse. And we're going to talk about tariffs just for a very short period. Planet Eclipse talked about tariffs, or they posted something online about it, and we'll discuss that momentarily. But without further ado, we're thanking BFPgear.com. You know, a long-time supporter of this thing, and a long-time supporter of a lot of other people as well. They're sponsoring Paintball Fit Now this year. You can see their logo right there on those paintball fit jerseys. Or if you're local to me, maybe you live in Sacramento or Modesto, somewhere here in Northern California, you can see their beautiful store here in Modesto, Extreme Paintball. And then another beautiful store here in Sacramento, Sac Paintball. People are saying I'm echoing, and you're right. We're not echoing anymore. This is Sac Paintball store in Sac Paintball. Now that I'm not echoing, thank you guys for at least telling me. Yep. So if you're here in Sacramento or maybe NorCalish, head over there. Maybe you want to save a little bit of money and you're looking at buying one of these not brand new at this point, GOR5s. These things might be tipping up in price a little bit. And I think that this black one in a couple of weeks here is going to be a little more expensive than $1,650, but we'll talk about that in a little bit here. That is on the docket of things to talk about. I don't know why I was... Oh, I want to open the chat, though. I don't have the chat open. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know why I was echoing. Somehow, something got turned on. Yep. The hell... I lost my train of thought. We'll just jump right into stuff. So we'll just go and talk about... How did I want to talk about this? This is what I wanted to do. I guess, what first we'll do is I want to say, we'll look at this. This was just a really good match. If you guys missed this past week, I feel like I'm hearing myself talk. Maybe my headphones are on and I can hear myself talking in the headphones. I'm like, what is that weird noise in the background? There we go. I didn't watch a ton of games, but this weekend over in Portugal, in Lisbon, Portugal, was I don't know what they call this, the Lisbon Open Invitational or something. That's right up there. The Lisbon Invitational. And they say invitational because this kind of is invitation only, sorta. It's only pro teams and semi-pro teams, and WNXL as well, I should say. But this was just a really crazy match. If I stop moving my mouse around, we can see the actual game time of 134. And look at that score. They just came all the way back. Gladiators almost won. But this was just a really fun match. I just wanted to kind of, highlight it, I guess, for a second. But really quickly, what I want to talk about is the winners of said tournament, Joy Division, and we'll just play a little bit of their finals match and let it run a little bit. So Joy Division took first place. Second place was Roland Holt Dynamite, followed by Breakout Spa in third place, and then LTF in fourth place. I'm not 100% sure what LTF stands for, but it really was just the Tauntaun previous team renamed themselves LTF. I don't entirely sure know why. I know that Tauntauns are playing here now in the United States for the NXL and the Pro Division, but I'm not sure why they can't use that same name and play in the NXL Europe stuff. The roster rules are a bit different. In Europe, you're only really allowed kind of one US pro player, whereas the Tauntaun roster, you know, it's kind of stacked. They have both Axel Godin and Bryce Godin. They have Konstantin Fedorov. So their roster's really good. And this roster, this LTF roster, was just completely different. It didn't have any of those Tauntaun American players on it. So I'm not quite sure. But they did really well in Europe. And that's all we're going to talk about for Europe. I know guys are kind of on and off about whether they like talking about this. Cole, with a pro membership, dude, I much appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys want to, I was thinking about how to say this. If you guys want to become a member right now, or if you are a pro level member, you can actually watch a brand new video on the channel right there. Let's just close that. Right there is available to members only, but will be available very soon, like tomorrow, probably. I appreciate you, sir. Okay, what am I doing? Why didn't it go back? I got to hit the right buttons. That was NXL Europe. You know, I've always wanted to go to NXL Europe. It'd just be super cool, you know. It would be really nice. What else happened? I'm just going to follow this in order. Oh, there we go. It's already going. So these are a few, you know, we've talked about the All That Matters movie that Hormesis have made that came out earlier this year. And it's extremely good. Like, I don't know, you know, we're not going to show clips because the only way to actually view this right now is over on Hormesis Paintball or HormesisAttire.com. You make a purchase, and then they give you access to this movie, the All That Matters Paintball movie. It's really, really good. Essentially what they do is kind of follow some players around, do kind of interviews with people. They go to the people's houses and go maybe a little behind the scenes. Meter's in it. Dimitri Meter Ninios. Tyler Harmon has a section. Archie Monomayer has a section. There's kind of like a Rocky Cagnoni Aftershocks Woodball area. There's a Yosh Oliver, Alex Fragi kind of section. Alex Goldman. I really like Alex's part where he like talks to the camera and stuff. It's really good. Jason Edwards and Jacob Edwards have a part. There's a Yakimek thing. We saw Damian Ryan briefly in there. But the cinematography is fantastic. I mean, the camera works really, really good. There's a lot of camera angles and things that I've never seen done. You know, just because they have so much time to film this stuff, they're able to think of like unique camera shots that are a lot of effort. But I don't know, they have the time and budget to actually do it. So it's really cool to see. It's very well made. So if you are a paintball fan like I am, you know, go check it out over at Hormesis Paintball. There's, what's his name? Damian Ryan right there. It was just really cool and I liked it a lot. It's hard to convey how like good it actually looks just by those screen grabs because it's, you know, just screenshots. But it's really good, guys. So maybe go check it out. It's a good thing to go watch. Kind of bloated feeling. Mouse beard climbing. What's that mean? Oh, his beard's climbing. Is it? Is he going to be like... I don't know. I don't know. What else we got to talk about? I guess we'll just blast through everything, huh? This kind of might, I'm thinking about what order to do this in. This might kind of like follow into something. So over on the committed paintball, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. It's probably on YouTube. They released this, and they're coming out with a new gun on Friday, apparently. What it is, I don't know. Who knows? But it is kind of interesting. One of the things that me, for sure, have always said about the Twister guns or, like the HK guns, many of the private label kind of aftermarket milled guns, is that they're just milling, essentially. There's not like, anything crazy. I mean, maybe they come with a different trigger or something, but it's rare that we see fully crazy custom guns anymore. I think Adrenaline are the only company really doing that with their Adrenaline Idol. I mean, they changed the bolt system. It comes with like a solenoid upgrade. It's, it's all kinds of crazy stuff they've added to it. So it's interesting to see what Twister are going to do. Are they going to take a CS3 and come out with special parts? Is it going to be an R5? I don't know. I have no idea. But I did find this earlier today. We've also talked about Tekna. Tekna triggers. Tekna triggers are carbon fiber triggers. They were a company that was around really big in like 2004, 2005. Made triggers for all kinds of guns. And they did post this. Tekna posted this like 3 weeks ago. Actually, no, it was late February, I think. So, like a couple months ago. And they said, meet the Tekna Twister Vortex. It's amazing working with such a great organization. That's all. So it's interesting. I mean, they said a gun, but then we have, the Tekna guy saying that this is what the Vortex is. So hopefully this is maybe just a part of the Vortex. These are obviously Planet Eclipse triggers. They fit that like their rake system. You can kind of see how they're mounted inside those little boxes, which is kind of cool. Actually, like mounted on that pivot point. But I don't know. Are they going to be just triggers on a gun, or is it going to be entirely new gun? It'd be interesting. I really want to see like new internals and stuff. I want to see like new bolt system and stuff. And they put that same drivetrain comment in there, so we'll find out. Tekna triggers. It's kind of crazy how they're like back making stuff, which is wild. Yeah, why not? CS3. So this was brought to my attention yesterday. These were brought to my attention yesterday. Over on the Instagram, Rye Guy Media, and there is a link in the description. I would highly recommend following him on Instagram. He's got time. He's following the pro guys around all the time, so he's always got like really good photos and stuff of guys. But this photo was interesting. I'm like, there's an infamous guy? What's he using this like, crazy taped up gun? I don't even know who that is. We're like, okay, nothing crazy. That's an infamous R5. Got something crazy, and with another infamous gun. There it is again. What is this thing? I don't know, but we're going to investigate. I did some investigating earlier, and I will show you. Rye Guy Media. He's the guy who got these photos, though. Give him a follow. He's got like a shitload of followers on Instagram. Go check him out. This looks like it's at Capitol Edge Paintball Park here in Sacramento. Anyway, sorry. We got distracted. Going back over the media area. So we can see those pictures, right? Right there. They're a little bit zoomed in for us. And it looks really big. The first thing I think of is like, it's huge looking. Right away I'm like, is it an R5? And it's like, no, because the foregrip is wrong. That's not the shape of the R5 foregrip. Or no, yeah, it's not the shape of the R5. Dude, I always think I say that wrong. Every time I say R5, I'm like, that's right. Yes, R5. It's not the shape of an R5. And it's also not the same pops on off. So the pops on off on the R5 is shaped completely different. The only thing that the pops on off, we can see the on off, that blue and orange piece on the bottom there. The only gun that Planet Eclipse has that's similar to that is the CS3. The 180R, the 170R, all those pops on offs look a little different. So it very well could be that they're using the new pops. They're taking this, just this design and moving it toward a more budget gun. But I don't think so, right? I mean, there's some keys that give it away. If we wait for that other picture to come up, I should have probably circled this, but the back cap right there. So see where the tape kind of like stops on the very top of the gun? There's that blue area. And then right below that, there's that black. Like right above his hand, on the back of his hand, like right here where his hand would be. That's the grip from the CS3. So I would assume that this isn't even an infamous gun, because there's something else that gives away it's not an infamous gun. Right here is where I think it's not just going to be an infamous gun. So see those three little lines? There's those three like perpendicular lines that just like go on the ASA. If we go forward, this is the CS3. So we can see how they're very, very similar, how they're really flat like each other in the front. It's just kind of squared off. But the CS3 has those like, diagonal lines. Not diagonal, like those like chevron pattern or whatever. So it's definitely a different ASA as well. I don't know what that little dot is above, like those two little dots on the front. I think one of it might be paint or something. So who knows? There's definitely something coming out though. Whether it's a whole entire new gun, whether it's a Geo or a CS4 or something crazy. I doubt. I would probably be more in line to believe that it's a CS3 Pro or something along there. Like Denzel said, CS3R, it's very possible. But that colorway is very odd as well. So orange and blue seems like it would be in a cheaper colorway. I mean, eventually they might sell that color when the guns are brand new. Not when the guns are brand new. When the guns are brand new, I feel like they do like more kind of subdued colorway or something. They had to make it bigger to fit the R5 bolt engine. Which will this gun or like the R5 in general? Yeah. The R5 in general, sure. I don't know. But this does look big. But then again, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, that's the whole reason tape's all over it. And people's hands are all different sizes. So who knows? Yeah, if I would assume that it very well could be like, an R5 with, like I said, they changed the ASA, that like face on the pops valve, pops on off. And it could be an R5, just crazier. But I don't know. It's very weird because it's like normally they're saving like if they're going to make like a pro version of the guns, typically it's with the higher end ones, it's not like it wouldn't be the R5 because it's like technically not the highest end gun. I'd think that they would save that pro determination for the higher end ones. Yeah, the color is weird. It kind of just dawned on me. It could be a 180R Pro for sure. It could be like, I don't know though, what would they even do? I don't even know what they'd do to like a CS3 Pro. And most of the time they don't even really do much to them anyway. It's just like they change up the milling a little bit and maybe now it comes with a different barrel back. It's like, ooh. The R5 Pro, an R5 Pro that is mech compatible. That would be interesting. Although I'm not 100% sure if they can do that. I think that might be one of the problems with the bolt in this gun, like that IV core bolt system. It might be that they can't even do mechanical. I honestly forget what the like reasoning behind not doing mechanical for the R5 is. Yeah, the barrel was weird too. I couldn't really tell much from the barrel. I actually thought that they I was actually like zoomed crazy far in, and at one point I was like, man, did they like Photoshop this picture? Hold on, I'll show you what I mean if I can find it. I might have like not have the picture. I don't have the photo, so never mind. It's definitely not Photoshopped, but I was like, it's just weird looking. Well, I think it very well might be. I think that like, I can't remember, but the R5, it has like the way the solenoid work, it needs like doubled hits of air in a way. It's not just like one dump of air. It's kind of like when it shoots. So doing that with a mechanical gun, it's difficult, but with, the pneumatic electronic solenoids, they can just like shut it off and start it and do all kinds of stuff. The CS3 is dwell insensitive, and that's how they can make it mech. Says Smoke Fools 66. Sounds good. Yeah. So who knows? We'll find out very soon, though. Probably like, I don't know when. It's kind of an odd time to release a gun. And I think in general, this is an odd time to release a gun. Because if you have any type of business anywhere, now's the time to worry. Planet Eclipse posted this on their Facebook page. And essentially, it's just telling everybody that, hey, there's some Geo R5s that are kind of like en route to the United States right now that are going to be tariffed. So essentially, the new R5s that are going to arrive in the United States, Planet Eclipse is recommending to dealers that they increase the price $89. So right now, ones are $16.50. R5 could very well be $17.50 next week. That's why I brought up like, maybe if you want to buy a gun, now's the time to freaking do it. Yeah, I don't know. I think about like Planet Eclipse making a new gun. Maybe they do go and make like a brand new gun. Now is definitely like the hard time to do that. I'd imagine as a manufacturer, I'd be very weary about making anything. Who knows? Because one week you're paying this price for something, then next week it's 40% more, and it's all over the place. So hopefully they figure that out. And dude, I don't fucking know. All I know is I very much worry about the state of paintball. Yep. All our paint's made overseas. Everything's made overseas. So who fucking knows? We're all screwed. Who knows? Hit me with something good, guys. I got an iPhone 16 Pro Max instead. It's all right. My phone's been kind of weird lately. Hopefully it continues working. We'll find out. Make sure to give the live stream a like, guys. If you're in here right now, like the goddamn fucking live stream. Or, I don't know. Something bad's gonna happen to your family. Not for me. I'm not doing it. Just in general. No idea. We could talk about this. If you guys are in the Paintball Ruined My Life Facebook group, or maybe you're not, and you want to be, or maybe you want to win yourself a Planet Eclipse EMF 100. Right now I'm raffling off one of these things for $10 a ticket. They are 70 total tickets. And you know it's taken forever. Normally these raffles sell out fairly quick. But it's taken forever. I think mainly because it's MagFed and, you know, there's not super interest in MagFed, but it's brand new. I mean, I shot it at a wall, you know. I didn't like actually get to play with it ever. It's come with a magazine, you get the power stock, all that stuff. $10 tickets, and there's a link in the description as well that'll take you directly to raffle. What is happening? Carbon Drive. I don't know. No real info on that yet. Haven't we been worried about the state of paintball for a while now? Not really. I mean, I haven't. I haven't really. I mean, fuck. At this point, we should be worried about the state of everything. I mean, not just paintball. Yeah, it's not brand new technically. I mean, hopefully, technically none of your guns are brand new because they're testing them at the factory. Oh, look, you can see right through my shirt. I hope so, you know. Actually, all the guns they don't test, but all your high-end guns they definitely do. So those aren't new either. Didn't Lemansky and Simon from Inception Designs both work for Empire at one time? Yes. They probably worked there at the same time. This they did. Yeah, I mean, Simon's like the guy who's kind of not in charge, but one of the guys who's like designed a lot of that stuff, right? He designed the Z2. He designed the Halo, the Vanquish, the Resurrection, just like Jason, you just said. So yeah, he made a lot of stuff. And Travis was... I don't 100% know what Travis did. Oh, there we go. The vents. There was a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I mean, practically everything from like 2005 to like 2012 or something like that. Simon had his hands in, at least over there at Empire or Key Action Sports. But Travis, I'm not 100% sure. I know he's always been kind of involved in the production side and stuff like that, but I'm not sure if he specifically designed stuff or was just getting stuff manufactured. That's one of the reasons that Infamous has done so well is that Travis and Callie, right? Callie, Kevin Rudolph designs a bunch of stuff. And then Travis just has all that experience from, you know, manufacturing stuff with previous brands before. He worked for Valken for a while. Mike Carroll says, the issue is more the sport has been in a really good place since COVID, but if prices go up, we could see it decline into participation like we did in 08. Yeah, that's what I worry about. I don't think that we're not doing anything necessarily wrong. It's not like, I mean, you know, paintball, for sure, we've always done stuff wrong and stuff could always be better, but it's not like, I don't know, we're doing anything to, you know, screw ourselves. The same thing with 2008, really. I mean, 2007-ish, 2008. Yeah, people just didn't have no money anymore. So it's like, you know, what am I going to do? Play paintball or buy food? So it's like, you know, if we get to making those decisions, there probably won't be as many people playing paintball. Then Empire decided they were bored and stopped making new designs. Yeah, Empire, they really have not made anything. Yeah. I mean, the Triad, the JT Triad, we saw the Halo Pro, which, I don't know, I actually kind of like the Halo Pro. It's really not bad. I just kind of feel like it shouldn't be. It's $110, and you get an entire Halo 2, and you get the Halo Pro shell kit. But I don't need a Halo 2 shell if I'm going to use the Halo Pro, you know? So it's like, I kind of wish they'd just sell a version that was like $99 that didn't come with the extra shells. But I assume that Empire has like a kabillion Halo 2s. They probably have like $1 million in Halo 2 sitting in a warehouse. And they're like, how are we going to move these things? They're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to create a new shell kit for it to get like the more advanced players to buy it. So they're going to get rid of the Halo 2 by selling a Halo Pro shell kit. God damn, I bet that's what happened. I bet that's what happened. I bet that's what happened. Mike, I think they just made a lot of them, and they're like, oh, we got to sell these things somehow. Switch PB. A case of paint in the late 80s came with 2,500 rounds, and it cost around $120 for sure. I mean, paint was $100. I mean, when I started playing, I mean, Marbleizer was like $80 for a case of 2000s, and that was like 2001 or something like that. So it really didn't even change that much price wise. You used to just get more of it. Who knows? I don't understand the Halo 2 comeback. I already read that one. What else do I have to talk about? Not much. I just blasted through everything so goddamn fast. I was like, sweet, I got stuff I can talk about. And just was like, brr. It's all over. Planet Eclipse. Some of this I don't understand. Like, I don't even know what an IEEPA reciprocal tariff is. I don't know what the IEEPA is. What's also interesting, too, is though Planet Eclipse makes a lot of their guns in the UK. So any of the, like, high-end guns, all the bodies and stuff, all the bodies, trigger frames, and stuff are all made in the UK. But then a lot of the soft, like, rubber components and stuff like that, like the bodies and frames and stuff for the EMEC or whatever, they're all made in Taiwan. So I don't know how it's working. I like how the old shell of the Halo pushed it up the back was cut at an angle where you could see as far. I don't know. It's hard for me to read when there's no periods. It's just like one big run-on sentence. I get like lost because there's no like pause. So it's just like, oh, sorry, Jason. Chris Martin. The IEEPA is the U.S. law that gives the president authority to regulate economic transactions during a national emergency. Jeez, that was a perfect description. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, is that like some... And I don't understand this reciprocal tariff shit. I swear to God, they like name this stuff like bullshit to confuse everyone. Yeah, nobody uses periods anymore. I'm like, crazy punctuation guy. Yeah, it would be cool to see the Vanquish. Lucky Leo. I miss the old paint All-Star and Altegra. I saw an ad for that the other day doing something. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I kind of feel that way about the Triad, because the Triad is like, I don't have a Triad here, but here's your old Halo. The Triad is cool too. This is not a Triad, this is the TFX, but the Triad's really interesting because it like, has a side like this, but it kind of goes in on the sides like here. So it kind of like scoops out on the edges. And it really does kind of like, when you hold your gun like at an angle, if you're looking like down the side of the like hopper like this, you really kind of can like, I feel, see past this. And it does kind of make it a little bit easier to aim because of the shape. It just kind of makes it a little easier to see around the side of the hopper, which is interesting. It's a pretty good design. What hopper should I buy for my Ether 3? My LTR keeps jamming. Yeah, I don't really like the LTRs, honestly. I mean, honestly, anything else. I mean, for sure the best value is still the Spire IR. the Spire IR2. They're going to be near that. I think they're 110 right now, so they're, you know, close to that LTR price, but it sucks to, you know, have to buy a whole hopper because, you know, yours is jamming. Yeah, that is kind of the problem. The Revy's the king of visibility. Personally, I like my 50 round hopper for visibility. This is a 50 round. Look at how dusty it is. This is a 50 round, whatchamacallit though. What do they call these? The PAL hopper. So I can use it on my eMech. My PAL the eMech. Let's not go in there. I just grabbed a Spire 5. They're pricey, but it works flawless and will last forever. That's how I totally agree, Mike. Like, I've had mine, like, this is not a Spire 5, but, you know, it's a Spire 4, and I've used, you know, been using it for years. I mean, since the thing came out. So, God, I don't know, 5 years or 7 years or, you know, something. It's like literally perfect. I have no problems with it. You know, I don't play every single weekend, but I've probably played, I don't know, 100 and something times with this thing. Literally perfect. Same exact speed feed I had the day I got it. The only thing that's ever going to wear out on these is those little fingers, but it's like, you know, again, they're like freaking perfect. But the same thing's true with the rotor. You know, the LTR, the rotor's never going to wear out either. Sleepy, yeah, it's a good call. Thraxel 14. Yeah, I would maybe try messing with the tension, because you can actually adjust the tension on the motor to make it like spin faster or less. I would crank up the tension and just see what happens. Hoppers. I don't know. I don't know about the Sonic, Mike says. The HK, I don't know about the speed. I don't know about the Sonic. My speed from HK stopped working after like 1 season. Let me see. Do I have those here? Oh, I do have one. See, paintball companies, this is why you send me your stuff. I can like show it all off on stream all the time. It might be dirty though, because, you know, I don't ever touch anything over on those shelves. These are kind of, I don't have this camera set up or I'd bust out this camera, but this essentially is the speed. It's not really that much different than the, did I forget how to take these out of here? Did I just pop it off? It essentially is the same thing as the HK Army speed. It's just the Sonic, they just repackaged it to be a little smaller and lighter. And, you know, the biggest problem with these is they don't use eyes. They use this piezoid sensor. So you can see a little brown, if I make myself go away, it'll show up. That little brown tab right there. So every time a paintball goes past that, it actually like, you know, pushes the sensor out of the way. So that's how it knows that a paintball went past. And it works for sure. It might actually work faster and better than eyes, technically. But, you know, you get paint and all weirdness in there, and these things can break. They actually do wear out. You know, you got to think that's a piece that you're, as soon as it catches my eyes, it won't focus. You know, this little tabby deal right there is something that's moving every time, so they definitely wear out. And that's the biggest problem with those things. Faux show. But I like these. I just wish that they kind of used eyes. I really like how small and lightweight they are. I mean, they're like really small. I mean, you compare it to like the TFX, it doesn't look any different, but it is. They're really lightweight. Ooh, a Ricochet? I don't think I ever owned a Ricochet. I mean, all it really was the, whatchamacallit too, the Sonic. $2.99 carbon hopper. I don't know. I haven't actually like seen the carbon hopper in real life yet. They have good pictures. They actually put like good pictures over on their website and stuff now, though. Good God, I cannot I just cannot see anything when I'm using this. I can't tell if I'm typing right. Let's see, equipment. That's like zoomed into the maximum. No. Okay. What if we type DRV? Whoop. Oh, there we go. Replacement parts. Yeah, they put good pictures up. And they have a video too. They put up a little bit of an unboxing. These are way more pictures than I saw the other day, though. Do not remember these. So it comes with rechargeable batteries for sure. That's cool, though. Curious about this screen, you know? I mean, Carbon makes... I mean, everything they make is made really, really well, so... But the one thing that I was really curious about is that, like, you know, is a lot of you guys, I don't know if you guys remember these or not. Look at my review. But they look similar, right? Like, don't they just kind of like... Where's a good, like, side profile? I mean, they're obviously totally different hoppers, you know, but they kind of, like, look a little bit alike. You know, they kind of have that slope in the front, and then this area right here where they kind of, like, go together is sort of similar. So I don't know. I know that it's completely different on the inside, though. It's, like, nothing like it at all. That's why I was saying this... They didn't really put any good pictures of the internals out, but it's considerably different than the VSL. So it's not even the same hopper at all. It just kind of like, it just really reminded me of it. I was like, man, they look really, really similar. Where is this video? It was like on here. I don't know. Let's go to YouTube really fast. Yeah, I don't know. The VSL was just a weird... It was just like a weird hopper. Drive? Oh. So they put this up 12 days ago. But really, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was like mainly curious about. Although it's hard to see, but it's way different than the VSL. It looks like it has paddles that are just going to be very similar to, you know, the Spire. It essentially looks like a Spire kind of drive area. It pivots like a Spire. It'll be interesting. I like how they had all the holes cut in it and stuff to make it even lighter weight. It's very Carbon. Carbon's always done a good job at like branding and stuff like that. We'll see. The Carbon Drive. It's an interesting hopper. It is $300 though, which is, you know, kind of on the high end. Like 3 times the price. Yeah, I don't know. Some brains. Carbon needs to hurry up before we're officially in a recession. Then we have to wait until the first month of economic data. Some bullshit. If the VSL could have had a Crown SF, I would have stuck around. If it would have taken like the universalist kind of speed feeds. I really don't remember. I don't remember how much the thing costs. Valken, how much was it? I don't even know if they're selling them anymore, to tell you the truth. Like, I freaking no idea. But it was weird. So the VSL was, the whole point of it was that it would feed multiple caliber paintballs too, which didn't really make all that much sense. I mean, at one point, you know, we were trying to do 50 caliber. The industry was kind of pushing 50 caliber. And I think that probably had to do more with making money and selling equipment and getting new patents than anything. But they were trying to push this 50 cal stuff on us, and it never worked, right? I mean, 50 cal became a thing like 2010 or somewhere in there, and never happened, really. I mean, 50 caliber stuck around. I mean, there's the low impact stuff for rentals, like JT and Valken have made. Those like low action kind of, or low impact kind of pump guns that only shoot like 150. And, you know, Tippmann, Planet Eclipse, they're making 50 cal guns for, you know, rentals and stuff like that. But it never took on for like the experience side, right? I would never use in 50 cal. I mean, none of us were ever going to use 50 cal. So it was very odd for Valken to come out with a hopper that was designed to feed 68 or 50 caliber if you wanted, which is like cool, but there's like no 50 caliber guns. Like, why would someone buy a $200 electric hopper for, I don't know, a Tippmann FT12 50 cal? There's like no guns that are 50 cal. So it was always kind of a weird hopper. And it was Valken. I mean, that was the other problem. Valken's never had a name that was known for high quality products. You know, they make a lot of stuff that Valken's kind of floated away a little bit, but they forever made a lot of decent, affordable stuff. Just none of it was, you know, in that, you know, higher end price or whatever. Yeah, I did say $200. I thought that was kind of odd. I know it was more than $80 though. I don't know. We could watch my review on it and find out. Maybe I have like, I forgot I had my like my chart for hoppers, but I don't think I have pricing on this one for some weird reason. I don't have pricing. I don't have the VSL on here anyway. Who knows? 50 cal was a Crossman paint revolver. I had one of those. I had one of those little revolver-y things. And the early SMGs were 60, 60 and 62 cal. There was 58 caliber too for a little bit. Right? I'm pretty sure. All that old stuff's confusing. I don't know anything about all that old stuff. If it didn't happen when I was interested in paintball, I probably don't know about it. Just how it is. If you're new here and you missed out, we were talking about these sneak peek pictures earlier. Make sure to give the live stream a like. It definitely helps this channel out. Maybe we can recession proof ourselves if enough people become channel members. You can become a channel member by following that link right there on the screen. Or there's a link in the description that'll take you right here. If you're on a computer, you know, it'll look like this. The Pro member is the best one. It's also the most expensive. I kind of want to get rid of the supporter one because it's just a little bit confusing. The Pro membership is going to give you early access to new videos. Like right now, you can watch the Intimidator video that's up. Exclusive member-only videos, like the last video, the Dynasty video that only members are ever going to see. Members-only live streams. I do giveaways for only members. I got to put giveaways on there, though. I don't know why I don't have member or giveaways on there. Think about channel memberships. It's a great way to continually show your support for Paintball. Ruined my life. Maybe 43 cal is what I was thinking about. The JT pistols are 50 cal. Unless we're talking about like another JT pistol, like the Splatmasters. The new Splatmasters, like the blue ones and red pistols, those are 50 cal. Someone said 250 cal earlier, though. Cliff said 250 cal. What am I doing? Oh man, my mouse like disappeared off the planet for a second there. Well, what are we gonna do, guys? Should we watch the 250 cal video? I'll find it. 250 cal. 13 years ago, guys. 13 years ago. I'm getting it ready. Hold on. We might be cutting in and out a little bit. Watch bikini yoga girls? I don't want to do that. It's called the strip club, baby. Let's hold on. I'm gonna turn the audio on. Stuff.
Edition of 250 cal tips and tactics. I'm your host.
You wouldn't believe how many people thought this was real, dude. I had this playing. So at the paintball store, I had a big TV, like a TV on the wall, and would like run kind of loops of stuff. I would run like ads and stuff, like, you know, an HK Army 1.5 minute long ad, and there'd be like a 10-minute video, and I'd all kinds of stuff. And this is one of the things on loop that went on the TV, and so many times people would be like, "Is that real?" It's funny.
Welcome to another edition of 250 cal tips and tactics. I'm your host, Todd Martinez, and I'm going to show you how 250 cal has changed the game and what you need to do to be a better 250 cal player. 250 cal, real big. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about huts. Huts are a very good position to shoot from windows, from behind, on the side of, to eliminate all of your teammates. Trying to take out your opponents one by one can take very long, and you have to take many shots. But now with 250 cal, we can eliminate the whole hut with one shot. All right, so I'm just going to aim my trusty old 250 cal right through that center window and take them all out at one time.
I really like the smile at the end. At one time.
Cal, we can eliminate the whole hut with one shot. All right, so I'm just going to aim my trusty old 250 cal right through that center window and take them all out at one time.
It's a little too much.
What's better, one shot, one kill, or one shot, 5 kills? You just want to stay calm, aim your 250 cal at the bad guys, and then just blast the hut so you can get them all out of there. We don't want to make sure we get one guy out of there, we want to get everybody out of there, which is where 250 cal comes into play.
There is better.
250 cal. It's pretty good. So I could make stuff like that, guys, but I'm too stupid to think of cool things to make. So if anybody has cool suggestions, let me know. We could totally do it. It's pretty good. Yeah. Short bus. Yeah, I watched some of the short buses. They're not bad. They're not bad. It was a different time too. Short bus was pretty good though. 250 cal. DQ. What's Rob's last name? I'm blanking on his last name. They haven't copy strict my account or asked me to take my shit down yet, so that's good. Rob M something? I don't know. Yeah, short bus was funny. Astamedi. Okay, I don't know. Well, I grew up watching his paintball videos. Yeah, Dirter Rob. That's what everybody used to call him. Tippmann Squad Buster. I remember the Squad Buster. They still, I don't know if they make those anymore. Freaking paint grenades. You know what we'll do? I really would film some funny stuff like that. I'd even like to do VFX. I'd even be interested in trying to do the VFX and stuff. So if anyone has like cool skits we can do, yeah. QMTO, the peak of paintball humor. Was he? I don't really remember. What's his name was kind of funny. Madman, right? He made a handful of videos back in the day. Yeah. The Hellhound minigun? I don't. Let's find it. Let's find it. I mean, like, I know that I've seen miniguns. Hopefully we can find a video of it. Why cozy lo-fi music? The Tippmann 9mm Gatling gun. What the hell is this? It's definitely not that. I know Tippmann used to make like real guns too, so turn your guys' audio down a little bit so you don't go deaf. Something crazy happens. Come on. Preview. It's all just like real guns. What if we put the word paintball on it? I don't know.
Hey
There's us right there. See, this kind of one. Oh, this is one of the guys that builds the Ion one. This is built on an Ion, I think, maybe?
I'm taking a video.
Oh, it's Bocce.
What did you, did you just make it off of, what did
Damn Bocce.
you make it off of? Just like...
Yeah, see all the ions? That's a bunch of ions right there. That's all ions. That's all ion bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see that hose. It's literally all ions.
A bunch of, these are all ion.
They're ions, yeah.
Yeah.
I make the new ones out of envies.
Huh.
Envy bodies.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
How long ago did you make this?
This one I made about 2 years ago.
Huh.
And then I've got a new one ready. I'm making a new one now.
Yeah.
With a new circuit board, new guns, a new design.
What's your name?
Rick.
Rick.
Johnson.
Huh.
He didn't want to tell
on
him.
YouTube under Technophile 2008.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'll put this on my YouTube and link to that.
Cool.
Awesome. And then what do you do? You pull that spool out and then you add more into that?
Yeah. You can reload 500 or 1,000 rounds in about 15 seconds or so, maybe 10 seconds if you're fast.
And then you have a Makita. Is that a Makita
Yeah.
drill?
Yeah.
For your...
It's a DeWalt motor, Makita battery trigger. Right.
Huh.
Yeah. But I can't get into my car because my battery's dead. Do you have your scope in there?
Take some batteries off of that then. Your Makita.
Right?
Huh.
You can just go unlock it.
Yeah, but then the alarm goes
Huh.
off.
Cool. Awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
We're going to go to Technophile 2008. See what he's been up to. I'm just curious if we could find any, like, crazy videos. Nope. Someone told me to search for something. What'd you say? Old Soul said, Tippmann, Hellhound, Tank. Oh, yeah, that thing. I've seen that before, too. Maybe not, though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Here's a Humvee climbing a vertical wall. That is not no normal Humvee. Is that a Hellhound? Here's inside the Hellhound.
Yep.
Oh, they're powered by a drill too. What does the drill do? I mean, explain to me what the drill does, guys. Anyway.
Once we get into an open area, I'm going to make sure the Gatlin's working. We got fire in front of us.
Just wind that bad boy up. I want to hear that burp. I don't think it's gonna happen. There was a little bit.
He's out. I got no pressure.
Huh. Anyway. I don't know. Yeah, Tippmann actually used to make like a crank that you could buy, and you like attach it to the side of the gun, and all you do is crank it over, and it has this like bar that like it like hits the trigger, and you're like cranking away. So Sunbrain said that the where'd that go? It spins the bolt assembly to fire the piston. And there were some guys that put like Tippmanns together too. Like there was a guy I've seen that had like 3 Tippmanns together, and he would like, and he'd like crank them, and they'd all like, they'd all shoot at different times. The Firestorm crank, Switch PB says. Was it? Maybe there was an aftermarket one too, because Tippmann also had one. I don't remember it being the Firestorm crank. I really have no idea though. The Tippmann Firestorm crank. Let's find out. Let's look around for it. I don't know. Whoa, what'd I just do? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, what am I doing? The Tippmann Firestorm? Not freaking tight. Firestorm. Oh, look at that. The Firestorm trigger crank. Well, maybe this one they made before the Tippmann, like the ones I remember even. The Firestorm crank. Who did they make this? Who made this? There you go. It was so stupid. You really couldn't shoot any faster. Huh. Dude, I don't remember this one. I really don't. And I can't even really remember what the Tippmann branded one looked like either. California residents should note that California Penal Code section prohibits the sale, import, and manufacture, or possession of trigger activators, and has been applied to this product, although it is designed for firearm industry. Interesting. Huh. Well, thank God we don't have laws anymore. Things were wild. Huh. Yeah, that would make sense, huh? Dennis Tippmann seems to have made a bunch of shit the ATF put a stop to. Yeah, it's crazy how Tippmann's making, I don't know how long they didn't, but they were making real firearms for a long time before before paintball guns. Then they started again. I don't know what the deal is with that. I mean, Tippmann, are all the Tippmanns still made in the US? I'm not even sure. They used to all be made in the US. I'm not sure if they are. It was very odd. It wasn't. James says, I bet it looked funny seeing them cranking that thing. It was odd. Like you couldn't hold the gun. You know, like you couldn't hold the trigger frame and shoot. You had to like crank it. So you had to do this weird situation. That's why I remember the guy that had multiple together. He had like this crazy body sling thing on, and he held this whole rig in front of him, and he was like, it was interesting. Fish on. That's funny. What about the old mag-fed Tippmann? Probably, we talked about it earlier, maybe. The SMG60. Let's see if I can be resourceful. Oh, we're going to pull this over here. Hold on. Let's go here. Oh, you might be going deaf. Sorry, guys. I can't hear it. I want to hear it. Oh, I covered it up. I still can't hear it. So this is 1986. We'll pop it open a little bit. 1986. This is a promo reefer. I was almost gonna say madness. When I said it was a mattress. Reefer madness.
62 caliber
Go.
submachine gun.
Became a member. We're gonna go back real fast. You go watch some videos over there. You can actually go watch videos with pro memberships. You guys are freaking awesome. You're making me not regret doing this. I'm just joking. Thank you, sir. With your guys' support, the future is possible. 1986. The 1986 Tippmann SMG. So this is also not the 68 caliber. This is we were talking earlier, that 62, wasn't it? Oh, I just remembered something. Right back. You guys can watch this real fast.
The SMG-60, the only fully automatic 62 caliber submachine gun designed for the paintball survival games and entertainment shooting. Built by a leader in the gun industry, Tippmann Pneumatics Incorporated.
We don't have to watch this whole thing. Someone brought it up, so I thought it was kind of fun.
Has doubled annually with a minimum of 20. Continue to draw avid enthusiasts.
See those little clips they had?
Many existing and new participants looking for a dependable, highly efficient, and accurate paintball gun. We have the solution. The revolutionary
SMG-60.
Automatic or semi-automatic submachine gun.
It's a semi-automatic submachine gun.
Able to withstand the harshest treatment. It's also reliable. The quality construction will provide years of service.
Sorry guys.
It's lightweight and well balanced at only 5 pounds. Plus, its price tag is
Only 5
appreciably lower
pounds.
than competing models.
Low price.
The SMG-60's durability is evident the first time in the field. There's no need to baby this weapon. It can
There's
take
so much stuff in these funny old videos that are like stuff we don't say anymore. We got beers. I forgot I had this. Yeah, there's just so many funny things like we just don't say. We're not saying that anymore.
worst.
There's just a lot of weird things.
Accurately at a minimum
There's all these
of
like set up funny shots where they have to like. That guy was doing those barrel rolls.
The SMG-60 is an extremely versatile gun.
Jesus.
Because it's mechanically
And it's
fed
crazy how
rather
they're
than
in the
gravity fed.
snow.
It can
You know,
fire
like.
in any direction, upside down or sideways with ease.
Because that's always
it's
good.
Both automatic and
Like, what's going on
semi-automatic,
here?
it
Like,
can
when
be
does that
fired
ever happen?
accurately at a dead
That
run.
guy would just stop running. He could just
Using
shoot that
one
guy in the
hand,
back.
Avoiding the need to pump with both hands, like most paintball guns. The SMG-60 can also be fired with one hand around corners. This avoids exposure of the body to enemy fire. It fires extremely fast from the shoulder, too. In fact, it's capable of firing up to 600 rounds per minute at 325 feet.
I've used some of these clips in videos.
And the SMG-60 blowback bolt system authentically simulates an actual firing automatic weapon in recoil and firing rate. The SMG-60 features the revolutionary constant air system, originally designed by Tippmann Pneumatics.
Constant air. So all constant air means, guys, when I say constant air back in the day, they used to say that all the time. All that means is it doesn't take 12 grams. So, like, you have a constant air supply. You don't have to, like, reload 12 grams.
Convenient 7-ounce CO2 cylinder, which doubles as a
Caution.
stock, will fire up to 400 paintballs.
That guy doesn't have a
with
mask on.
recharges. Typical small disposable 12-gram CO2 cartridges will fire only 15 to 20 paintballs before expiring and cost retail
Anyway.
about 50 cents each.
This is
The
funny.
cylinder is tightened. Each economical
Stripper clips.
that it may for heavy fighting fit. The Tippmann SMG-60 comes completely equipped.
That looks like the 68 cal version, actually. Like, looking at those little stripper clips, those orange things they called those. Those are stripper clips. Those are, I don't know, they just look big. They look like 68 caliber ones. See, I was resourceful. I got that one pretty quick. It's part of my new system. I'm trying to develop a digital asset management system that works for me well, and it's not that fun. Sean Lewis Media, you could probably 3D print those with some ease nowadays. Those strip clips, yeah, probably. I mean, they were, for a while there, they were like worth a ton of money, just like Old Soul says. But you probably could print them, huh? I'm sure somebody's done it. I'm sure someone's done it. Because they're like, those SMGs, they're pretty sought after. Like, people actually like collect those and want those. So I'm sure somebody's printed them. I wouldn't be surprised if like Benji over at Paintball DNA tried to make some or something, but I don't know. 3D printing's gotten so crazy. It used to be so shitty. Now it's like the quality on that stuff's so much better, you know, like 10 years ago, it's like, oh yeah, you could technically 3D print those, but they would kind of suck and they probably wouldn't work. But now it's like, oh, there's so many different good materials that they probably could make it work, huh? Are paintballs still animal grade type? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Food grade? I mean, you can eat it. Yeah, it's not like, it's not toxic. Well, it depends probably what we mean by toxic. I mean, this is toxic. You can get paint that smells like bananas, yep. Yeah, most of paintballs, most of it's just gelatin. So horse bones and, you know, cow bones and stuff, dead animals, dissolved animals. And it's that and then petroleum ethylene glycol. It's made out of the same stuff that Aaron Rodgers is apparently allergic to. Hostility. I won a paint eating contest when I was 14. I can't remember the prize though. Yeah, we used to do every Easter at the paintball field. We used to do like Easter egg hunts. They still do it. I just haven't really like participated in a while. They always do like Easter egg hunts and do like, I remember there used to be a paint eating competition. One year I won a season pass. I won like the grand prize in the Easter egg hunt. Because Easter egg hunts are pretty fun. They're actually really cool because you start with no paintballs. And they put Easter eggs all over the field, and you got to go find the Easter eggs that have 10 paintballs in them. It's actually really kind of fun. And they would have tickets and stuff, and inside the Easter egg, you could find tickets, and you could win a ticket to the raffle. And I ended up winning a season pass one year. It was kind of cool. What I know is paint coloring is food grade colors. It's got to be food grade because we're like eating it, you know? I mean, you're literally like getting it all in your mouth and all kinds of stuff. I really don't know. People used to ask all the time about when those soda stream machines started getting popular, when people started making their own soda at home. People used to come into the store all the time and ask if we had food grade CO2. And the only difference between food grade CO2 and non-food grade CO2 is that there's a label on the outside of the CO2 bottle that says food grade. Literally, it's the exact same thing. They don't put it through any different process or anything. They just make a container that's food grade. So it's the same container, it's the same bottle. They just put food grade on the side of it so that, I don't know, people don't take the one from the welding factory and try to use it for soda or something. I don't know. Sean Lewis. I just picked up an old 2K4 Pro Stock that had broken paint all over it from 10 plus years for sure. That smell of old paint was so much different. Is it? I don't know. It reminds me of work. I don't get the nostalgic feel from paintball, really. I mean, every once in a while, but, I've never left, I feel like. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen, an old Intimidator in real life for a while, but I used to see him every day. Or I used to touch cockers every day and stuff. So for paintball, I, for the most part, haven't gotten that. I did the other day, though. I was watching videos from 2004, 5, and around here, everyone used to wear everyone used to put a handkerchief, and they used to tie a handkerchief on your side, and people used to run around with a handkerchief on their side hanging down. That brought back some nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, paint used to be made out of different materials, right? I mean, it's oil. It's mainly PEG now, but it used to be mainly animal oils. So they used to use fish oil and all kinds of different oil. That's why you used to get that crazy fishy smell and all kinds of stuff. And it's still whatever, smells sometimes. Smells like good times to me. I don't wash my equipment or anything ever, so pretty much smell all the time. Well, do we have anything else we can discuss? No. Why is it not working? Indoor places smelled great back in the day. It's funny. Everything good in life smells like fish. Yeah, I mean, some stuff. Not really, though. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to talk about that. We'll leave that person out of this. I was debating what we were going to talk about there. SMGs? No. We can take a sneak peek at the Bob Long interview that's coming out tomorrow. It should come out tomorrow, barring everything Here it is. Davey Williamson. Davey Williamson again. Rich Telford right there. No Bob Long interview, though. No interview in this of Bob Long. I mean, there are technically interviews in this of Bob Long, but I did not interview Bob Long. I was going to. You know, one of the things that's like difficult about this is like I want to like do. I don't even want to do interviews. I would like to be able to speak to some people before doing the videos. But man, it's so hard. It makes the process take so much longer because I got to like set it up and then wait for people. And like, you know, I can pretty much write the script of a video and be done with it in like 4 days. Somewhere in there. But man, you tack on these interviews and trying to talk to like 4 different people, it just adds on so much more like craziness. So I don't know. We're definitely going to try to do it with this upcoming paintball fit video. I'm not 100% sure if I'll include... I'm not 100% sure if I will include those interviews in the video, but I want to get them just so I know kind of what's happening a little bit more. This is kind of crazy. This is a fun little run through by Travis Lemansky that gets out of control. It just gets crazy here. He's like, dang, dang, dang. Ah, oh, wow. I don't know what's going on. Remember that gun, guys? The System X Enemy, right? I think that was. Yeah, you guys can watch this later. This video will be up soon enough. His Ego quickly earned a reputation for its easy maintenance, user-friendly electronics, and rock-solid reliability. Both guns, like the Intimidator, Mickey Truder hands, being forced into a lawsuit against National Paintball. So plaintiffs Robert Long and Bob Long of Journal and Sports Technology breach of contract and tort claims against defendant Gino Posterivo of National Paintball Supply. I don't know why, but this just reminds me of MPPL 2009, which literally had a quick time event to cheat. Oh, the game. Yeah, I didn't really... I mean, a lot of those kind of did. That was like, didn't Greg Hastings have that too? I'm pretty sure. You know what? I really like, I was watching NXL Europe this last weekend. So NXL Lisbon. And one of the things I noticed in Tampa this year, the first NXL event, was that reffing seemed way stricter. Like guys were getting shot and they were like, play for like an extra 3 seconds and you get a penalty. And I actually really, really like that. I want reffing to be like super strict. I really enjoyed like, I don't know, there's something about it that I really did like about the strictness of reffing. It just seemed, I don't even know what the word is or what I'm looking for. I just kind of liked it more. And I noticed that the refs in Europe, it seemed like they let them get away with a little bit more. I felt like there were some times where I'm like, that's a penalty. I'm like, he's trying to hide that hit. You can't get shot in the side and then hunker into the bunker and shoot left-handed all of a sudden. You know, what the fuck, you know, like, what are you doing here, bro? You're done. Like, in the NXL, that's a penalty. And they didn't call that at this tournament, during that one situation at least. But definitely the tournament, the reffing has been more strict and maybe like more aggressive or something like that. And I really, really liked that. Weekend Warrior Garage says, I agree completely, I think, with stricter reffing. I hate the cheating culture of paintball personally. So do I. I mean, I'm not obviously a fan of it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I definitely don't think it's good. Obviously we shouldn't be cheating. I mean, people don't really need to cheat. But at the same time, like someone, if it's on video and someone cheats really good, you're like, well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, I like that one. But I do think it has gotten better, though. I feel that, like, back in the day, could you imagine playing pro 10-man in the woods? Like, guys were probably cheating like crazy back in the day. And it used to happen a lot more. I mean, even looking at like 2010, I feel that like people used to cheat substantially more. And I don't know, at least where I play and who I play with, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's really a big issue. I mean, obviously it happens still. I'm not saying people don't cheat. I mean, it constantly happens probably, but it's not as bad as it used to be, at least. And certainly I think if we were even more stricter on the reffing at that pro level, that strictness kind of goes down into the lower divisions and can kind of even influence players by them not thinking cheating is cool. The pros don't do it, so I'm not, maybe. I don't know, I like it though. I mean, every sport has some players that are dirty or, yeah, for sure, cheat. It's almost like it's part of the game. For sure. I think it's weird though when we talk about paintball. I watch so much basketball. Basketball is probably like the thing that I like to compare it to the paintball to the most. I think it's 5-on-5, so it kind of works. And then, I just watch so much of it. But we think about basketball and it's like, I don't know. You can't really cheat in basketball. I mean, guys try to cheat, but they get caught cheating, right? I mean, that's what fouling people is. That's what's like, you're holding the guy's jersey. You're putting a guy in a little fucking arm bar, like, just to make it look like he's grabbing you. Or like, is that cheating too? I don't know. I'm not sure if it is. So it's like, is wiping a hit the same thing as like, grabbing a guy's jersey to try to slow him down a little bit? I don't know. It definitely feels a lot different. It's like, in baseball, when everybody was, putting spider tack or, you're using like icy hot or whatever on your fingers to get a little bit more spin on the ball. Everyone's doing it. So it's like, it's legal. NBA flopping? What do you mean? What about it? Travels aren't like, we can't call traveling cheating either, because guys aren't trying to travel. You're not like intentionally like, oh, I'm going to travel here. No one's intentionally traveling. And I don't know if flopping's that big in the NBA. It's not like that big of a problem. I mean, you talk about flopping, it's kind of out of control in soccer. Like, fucking guys act like they got sniped from like the fucking top row of the fucking stadium. It's like, fucking, I don't know. But I don't know, is it like, is that cheating? When flopping is not cheating, guys. I don't know. It's just different. It's like, what do we have like that equivalent of paintball that's like kind of riding the line? It's difficult because we don't really have a lot of rules in paintball, kind of like soccer. There's just not a lot of rules. There's not a lot of like things that you can like ride the line on. I don't know. I definitely don't think flopping is even bending the rules. It's not even like, I mean, they were trying to get rid of it for a while. They were trying to like fine people, but they don't really ever do that. So, okay, there you go. Some brains is pretty good. That's a good one. Sliding off hits. Cause you're not like actively doing it. You're not like, oh, you're not like doing it like super on purpose. It's kind of like a little different for sure. I could see sliding hits off. And it probably also matters too, right? If you're running and you're shot in the arm, you're like, oh, I kind of felt something hit me in the chest there. I'm going to make sure I get a real good I get a good dive here. It's probably a little different if you're like, oh, I'm shot in the arm, and then you run and then dive on your arm specifically. Maybe that's a little bit more intentionally. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how we got onto this topic. What's a mark? Jesse, what are you saying? It wasn't against the rules since the offending team would get the foul. How about the Jedi mind tricks? I shot him, ref. No hit, but they got pulled anyway. Yeah, that's been known to happen. My teammate kind of got caught cheating by Verbal in a recent clip. What I think about is this an Alex Goldman one, where Alex Goldman's like running to the snake. I can actually probably find it. I know what video it's in. It's in an HK Army Las Vegas NPPL video. Okay. This is probably one of the more legendary, I should say, hopper wipes. We definitely have to mute this bad boy. Let's, what's going on? What the hell is happening here? Goddamn thing. Let's, I'll fast forward this. We're not going to watch this whole video. You can even see the big ass, like, spot where people were wounded a bunch. Here you go. Alex Goldman right there. You can see his eyes because Alex always has like mega eyes. Bam! Whoop! That's how you wipe a hopper hit though. Doesn't even really look at it either, which is good. No one saw it. Good to go, baby. Good to go. That's an epic hopper wipe. Epic hopper wipe. Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm so weird about cheating. Yeah, I don't like it either. I mean, like, the last thing you should do is cheat playing rec or like that kind of shit, you know? But it's like, I don't know. I can't blame Alex for trying that, you know? Like, I can't like blame people for wanting to win and like trying to like, you know, do a little juju and like fucking, you know, whatever and win. It's hard to like say he shouldn't do that, you know? I think that if I was a coach or I was on his team, I would not want you doing that because it's just not worth it, you know? Like it was, you know, I've never cheated at the PSP or MPPL or any of those big tournaments. I don't think I've cheated any tournament. I've not played enough tournaments to even really, you know, remember. But I've definitely never cheated or even like, I've definitely thought about it. I remember 2 times even being like, vividly, I remember being at like the X and being like, stopping and being, just thinking about it, just like, all right, I should go out. Like, I totally get it. But I don't think I've ever cheated a big tournament just because it's not worth it. You know, like we came all the way here and went through all of this and like, you know, is me cheating something, you know, because I don't want to look bad or whatever? You know, probably most of the time. It's certainly not going to help if I get shot or like my teammate, or not. It's going to help if I get shot. It's certainly not going to help the team, you know, if I get caught. And now we get like a 3-for-1 or some crazy ass penalty. So it's just been too scary for me all the time. Steve John says, walk on rec games for sure. That truck is too far away to walk back to. Sometimes I'll like, you know, I got shut off the brake and I'm like, sometimes it just depends on what's going on. Most of the time I'm just dicking around too. I'm not even like fucking trying to shoot people. Yeah, the reason I would cheat in rec ball is because I just don't want to. I don't want to actually play. That's why it's fun. It's fun, literally. That's why. It's not to like. It's not to like. You know, stick it to another guy. It's like, God damn it! I got shut off the brake in this fucking 30-on-30 hyperball match. You know. Plus, I like. I don't know. I'm like, I know who I'm playing against, and I don't give a shit if I cheat my friends. But it's extremely rare when I do it, because I just feel bad. I don't want to get caught doing it either. Old soul, I've cheated on accident and asked the ref standing next to me why he didn't pull me for my feed net kit. I didn't see it when I checked myself, rather, but pulled right away and then got hit during the hang. I don't know. Most of those refs are just like standing there, not like most of the refs at like the field, all the like 17-year-olds and stuff like that. The music at SC is a genuine problem. Yeah, I hear you. Like, sometimes people will be blasting music out of their cars and shit, and I'm like, motherfucker, like, we don't all want to hear your dumbass. It's like, put fucking headphones on, asshole. Like, I don't know. It's like people that, like, blast music at, like, stop signs, or, like, just fucking blaring music, and it's like, hey, shitbag, you don't need to encroach your life onto everybody else. It's like, man, I don't want to be hearing the fucking little baby right now, or the baby, sorry, little baby. It's like, I don't need to be hearing fucking 2 Chainz at 9 in the morning. It's like, I don't know. It's funny. Sometimes I just like I don't know. It's like, we're all trying to hang out and talk with our friends, and I don't want to have to yell because your dumbass music is so loud. Oh, the field's even blasting the music. Yeah, I don't like that either. Dude, the paintball field's always like, fuck, dude, no one wants to hear your dumb ass. I'm tired of it. It's like, what if we all just had our music on crazy loud? Just all of us got to go into our cars and just all blasted music. What are we doing? That Journey's cool though. I feel that like at the paintball field, everybody tries to be cool, so they're not gonna actually listen to like music they like. They're gonna like turn on the like most hard music they can. So like everybody thinks they're fucking cool, you know? That's the problem I have with paintball. Everyone tries to be fucking cool and like hip. Yeah, we all suck. Okay, every 5th band or song is cool. Oh, I'd be fine with Taylor Swift. That would be funny, though. That's something I would do. I'd be like, we're blasting Taylor Swift. Mainly because it'd be a joke. It'd be funny, though. Oh, I'd be all right with some disco. Dude, yeah, I don't get why people blast their music. It's fucking annoying. We're talking on speakerphone. Walking around places, I'm like, what if we all did this? And you'd be like, hey, you're an asshole. I'd be like, no, you're an asshole. I bet with Taylor Swift, maybe they just put on some random, like, you know, top 40 playlist or whatever. Or they're like just random, you know, people or whatever. She's a brick. How? She's mighty, mighty. She's letting it all hang out, right? Well, guys. Oh, now CDs. That's funny. How about jock jams? They're listening to jock jams. Jock jams. Kids Bop. I kind of don't know what that is. Dang, remember those CDs they used to sell all the time? It'd be like, you can get now 48 for only $9.99. Wow. The world has changed. So do you guys think that, for you guys that are in your hip with it, the internet, like, you can remember, some of you guys remember 20 years ago, 2000, before the internet had fully taken over our lives, right? And now the internet, it's like, I rely on the internet for everything, for work, to pay my bills, to get paid, I don't grocery shop, but I could, you know, I watch TV, everything is on the internet. And I wonder if, like, you know, 25 years from now, the internet has dramatically changed the world in 25 years. I wonder if AI is going to change more than the internet did. Like, are we going to see even more change over the next 25 years? Obviously, it's going to continue. Stuff's going to change. But, like, is it going to be even more dramatic than what the internet did? I think so. Just got an old iPod and loaded up. I'd love an old iPod, dude. I would love to get rid of my smartphone and have a, like, flip phone. If I could get a flip phone that had, like, a good camera and maybe navigation or something like that, like, it'd be done. I don't want my smartphone. It's a goddamn nightmare. They're on now. That's like called, I don't know, whatever. Ooh, the ultimate love song connections. People will lose the ability to think critically without a device, some brain says. Yeah. I mean, I've stopped. It's just so interesting because I've stopped using Google too. Like, I don't really use Google for search anymore. It's like, it's very interesting. Sean Lewis Media says, I personally don't see a massive shift like that with AI as a day-to-day, but companies and businesses for sure. I also think about that too, though. And it's like, we haven't really, like, and you redacted your comment. And we haven't really seen, or no, I think about that even still. I'm like, you know, the internet is changed so much, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, it's not like crazy different. You know, we're still kind of doing the same things, but it's also very difficult. You know, like, I think that we're in the internet stage. We're with AI where we were with the internet in like 1998 or something like that. So it's hard to even maybe predict what it's going to be like in, 20 years. Because like in 1998, 20 years later, it was really hard in 2018. You wouldn't have probably predicted all the, food delivery over the internet and like all these crazy, crazy businesses that have come to fruition because of the internet. Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, dude, I think AI is on the path to exponential growth. It's going to go like this, like a hockey stick. It's going to make massive strides in the next decade. You know, I don't know. You know, we always think about like, when I think about like too, is there's always like downsides. With every new technology, there's like pros and cons, you know, like the internet. It's like, okay, it connected everybody, but it also connected everybody. So it's like, it's a good and a bad thing. You know, it created, you know, a bunch of new jobs. Like this job, this whole thing I'm doing right now didn't exist, you know, just 10 years ago. So it's crazy how it's like good and bad things come from it. And it definitely seems like, you know, if something's like really good, the negatives are also really bad. It's like equal. It like equals itself out. So it's like, you know, cars have, you know, helped mobility and we can get around quicker now and whatever. But it's also climate change. And there's also all the money that we spend on infrastructure for cars. So it's like AI, maybe AI exponential growth, and it cures cancer. What's the negative part then? You know, it's like something bad will happen. Not, you know, maybe cancer related, but like there's going to be a drawback. Will that drawback be more climate change or more stupid people or, you know, I don't know. Who knows? I've been hearing robotics could be the next massive thing AI is merged with. I mean, they're already doing it, baby. I mean, the biggest problem with AI is that, like, it has no context for the real world. So I know one of the things they want to do is actually, like, put machine learning robots into the world and just let them go ham. And they can just figure out, like, oh, shit, I fall over if I try to go up that curb. It, like, just starts figuring out all this, like, crazy shit. So, I don't know, guys. Chris Martin says, Shopify CEO said no team will be allowed to hire more staff without justifying why AI can't do the job. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'd say too, dude. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. That's probably what I would say too. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I have a dinner meeting at 6:30. And I gotta take a shower first because I'm kind of stinky. We'll be back Monday. Make sure to check the channel out tomorrow for the Bob Long Intimidator video. It's kind of like a history of the Intimidator, history of Bob Long a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a smashing of both those things together. Check it out, and I'll see you guys next Monday.